we have two definitions. The first definition here is, it is a proven solution to a common problem in a specified context. That means solution is already available. If you have same type of problems to be solved with a specific purpose, you are going to use the same solution. Then, according to the author, Christopher Alexander, he defines a pattern as, a pattern describes a problem which occurs over and over again in our environment. That means, if the same problem appears again and again, then describes the core of the solution to that problem in such a way that you can use the solution a million times over without ever doing it the same way twice. That means, if you have the same problem repeatedly, then you can use the same solution repeatedly. That means million times also you can use it. So, without ever doing it the same way twice. It's not that you have to use only one time or two times or three times. You can use million times. So, there are four essential elements. When you give the definition of design pattern, no, you also have to discuss these four essential elements to be used. What are those? Pattern name, problem, solution and consequences. First one, pattern name. It is just like a handle used to describe the design problem. So, you have to first define what the problem is. So, with the help of pattern name, we can easily define the name of the problem. Then this increases vocabulary and it is easy for the design discussions. You can easily discuss with the clients with the help of the pattern name to be used. Then evaluation without implementation details. You are not giving any implementation details, just this is a pattern we are going to evaluate. Only that much information is available to the user. We have the second element as problem. Problem defines what actually it does. It describes when to apply. In the first case, first part we know the name of the pattern. Here, now we just think about when we are going to apply this pattern. It includes conditions for the pattern to be applicable. There are some certain conditions. If this is a problem, then I can go for this pattern. I cannot solve all the problems with all the patterns. So, symptoms of inflexible. These are inflexible. This particular pattern is meant for this design. So, these are, you cannot use the same pattern for all the problems to be solved. There is a limitation. Solution, it describes elements for the design. What are the different elements? Whether you go for a scope of pattern to be applied to object or to classes, that should be decided. Then it includes relationships, responsibilities and collaborations. That means they can work together. Different objects can work together or different classes can work together. The responsibility can be divided between them and they can collaborate with each other. How can they work together? So all that will be decided in the solution. It does not describe implementation. It will not give the complete details of implementation. It is like a more of template. To have a template, steps are not given, only the concept. The concept is given. So consequences, this includes results, critical for design pattern evaluation. So because this is the most critical part in the evaluation, because you need to show the performance, that the performance is evaluated in based on space and time here, how much time you need to complete the job, simulation time, whatever, space, memory space required for that. That is all that is included in consequences. So you also have to know what type of language you are going to write the code and limitations in that. C++ or Java, which language you are going for. So all these are included in the fourth design patterns. These are all the 13 sections we discussed. Okay, pattern name and in beginning we discussed only essential parts. Now the complete thing. So here we have pattern name and classification. So here the name of the pattern has to be defined. The name of the operation indirectly. So intent. What design issue the pattern addresses? What type of problem you are going to solve? And also known as other name for the pattern to be given. Motivation indicates what is the design problem and how is that going to be solved. Then what is actually motivated you to take this pattern? That is a question here. Applicability. Known situations where the pattern can be applied. The use of the pattern. Structure, here it is nothing but OMD, object modeling technique, based graphic representation of the classes in the pattern. This gives a graphical representation of the classes. Participants includes either the pattern can be applied to classes or the pattern can be applied to objects. Classes and the objects are the participants and these will take the responsibility. These will interact with each other to complete the given job. Collaborations. This includes information about how these carry out the job, how these objects and classes work together. Then consequences. What are the results and traits of? I discussed now 4 essential parts. The same thing here. Then implementation. It hints on implementation of the pattern like language dependency. Which language you have used to write the code? That is given here. Sample code, just to give an idea how you are supposed to write the code. Known uses, the applications, whatever you have done now, the pattern applications can be mentioned as an example here. Then related patterns, if you have any other pattern which is closely related to this problem to be solved, then you can consider that. So these are all the 13 sections.